is the godbrother of our Gurudev. It is a godbrother of our Gurudev? No.
He is disciple of Gurudev, godbrother. This Bhakti Kamal Madhusudan Maharaj. He was together with Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj and Madhusudan Maharaj.
So he left this world.
Yes, he was one of last senior Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava, was 80 plus something. Shri Bhakti Jivanacharya Maharaj.
It's a lecture recorded by...
Yeah, recorded his Katha translated from Bengali to English.
Madhusudan Maharaj, is something happened today?
No, I just got one letter and Katha from... it will not go on this side.
No. So we can hear. I don't know, maybe I know him from seeing.
I will show you after pictures.
So he says, as it is impossible to harvest crops without proper cultivation or sowing of seeds. Similarly, one cannot enter the realm of devotion, service, bhakti, unless she sacrifices his or her materialistic pride, means ahankar, and desire, kamana, for enjoying worldly matters, chavishaya, and worldly establishment, jara bodhishta. The only one who fully renounces all this instinctive desire which are mentioned above, it becomes difficult to follow the path of devotion, no matter how hard one tries. It's very important. It is the essence, actually, if you want to attain devotion. Real devotion. It is impossible, or it becomes difficult to follow the path of devotion, no matter how hard one tries. Even this is, sorry, I think it is adjusting or something.
Don't worry, Maharaj.
So Maharaj, sorry, is saying that if we don't leave pride?
Yes, name, fame, profit.
Okay.
So no matter how hard one tries, meaning a person should enter the life of bhakti, but he ought to follow the divine guidelines of as mentioned in our scripture, in order to develop his bhakti. And in his mind, he must try to renounce all those worldly matters and also pray to God. O Lord, I do not need all these worldly matters. He should completely accept that these worldly matters are full of suffering. And if keeping this in mind, he performs his sadhana sincerely, then he is bound to be free from these materialistic desires. So however, if one pretends to perform sadhana only on the outside and craves for worldly matters from within, then even if he listens to the scriptures over and 1,000 times, it will be futile, as his mind is covered with a fine coating of worldly desires. This is the very important point, you know. You may try to become devotee, to become purified. You may try to surrender to Krishna. But as long as the mind is covered with a fine coating of worldly desires, it will not be possible. This is why it is mentioned in the scriptures, Krishna Nishta Krishna Tyaga, renouncement of material desires along with reverence for Krishna. So also this material desire we can only give up that when we get something what is more sweet, more attractive than this material plane. So how to get this? This is the question. How we can get something what is more attractive than to enjoy this material plane. If we aspire to worship the greatest ambrosial nectar, the lotus feet of divine couple, Sri Radha Krishna, as shown by our revered Mahaprabhu, there are 4 nectars, rasas, preceding that, namely tranquility or chanda, divine allegiance and renouncement of mundane desire. Then the next is servitude or dasa rasa, service under the Lord, etc. Companionship or sakhya, feeling of friendship towards the Supreme Lord. If one has attained one of these relationships in reality, not in a fake way, then it is very easy to let the mundane attraction or sense enjoyment to give it up. But as long as we have not attained one of these relations to the Supreme couple, it will be not possible. Sakhya, feeling friendship towards the Supreme Lord, parental fondness of Vatsalya, all these relations the devotees develop. Parental fondness of Vatsalya, feeling of nourishing God as one would feel for a child. And lastly, mellifluence of maturia, feeling of love and affection towards the Almighty, in which the sense of the prior 4 rasas, eternal bliss, is prevailing. Therefore, in order to attain the maturia ras, one must acquire the primary qualification. That is, unless one sacrifices worldly desire, one cannot be involved into the service of Krishna. This is a point in so many movements, or so many bhaktas even may think they can overjump, they can jump above these qualifications that we are jumping into the Vaikuntha planet without qualification. We can see this very clearly. If one has get a little taste of the transcendental plane, all those who are imitating this, who are cheating or imagining just, this can be very clearly seen, or it is It is like day and night. Today I met one sadhu, and he came to me and he looked at me, and I saw him. And he was such a transcendent personality. It was like welcome home, something like this. And it was completely no material things around me. Nothing has any attraction or any interest. Very beautiful experience. And such persons coming or going around here. And many of the inhabitants of this place, they are on this level. They are so deeply connected with Radharani that our imagination cannot even come near to this. So this is what we want. Everybody wants it. We want to attain this level, but we don't want to give up, leave the attraction of this world. Is it like this? Could it be? So the foremost attribute to be engaged in the devotional service is allegiance towards Krishna and relinquishment of worldly desires. In Chaitanya Charitamrita is seen that Srimad Mahaprabhu has taught Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sadhana vina sadhya vastukavu nayapaya. So we have to understand this lesson, that without achieving primary qualification, we can't reach to the ultimate stage of that maturity rasa. So I wondered, when devotees become realized, or if they are very advanced, they are not speaking anymore stories. They are speaking the reality, how you can understand this story, how you can enter this. Their preaching is different than those of beginners. It is a realized knowledge what they are giving to us. It is they are living on the other side. Of course, we cannot see these things. But when I read, I can see his nicely realized. So we have to understand this lesson, that without achieving primary qualification, we can't reach to the ultimate stage of that maturya rasa. Since intrinsically we don't possess ragatmika bhakti towards the Supreme Lord, means spontaneous love. We do not have the Lord. We have spontaneous love to everything else in this world. But we have not, because why not? Because we have no idea what is this, what is the Lord, what is Vaikuntha, what is the Transcendental, what is Radha Kund. We are not really, we are only looking for external things. Since intrinsically we don't possess ragatmika bhakti towards the Supreme Lord, that's why we must earn the desired object, bhakti, through sincere pursuits of the elements of realization, sadhana, anga. This is sadhana is very important. Or the instruction of a guru. He knows what is helpful to the disciple. It may not always be same everybody that do the same. But he knows what is helpful for every individual. So although Bhakti is not attained by mere efforts, but Srimad Mahaprabhu has corroborated the elements of sadhana, meditation, realization, in the eternal edification of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. On the outside, one might seem to be spinning the beads of the rosary, Japamala, but in the mind is filled with worldly matters. Then it will only augment the contemplation of worldly affairs. This depends on our own volition. Whether we are want to grow the tree of worldly attachments, it means Vishaya Vriksha, or the tree of divine ambrosia, Amrita Vriksha. Hence scripture says, Nitya Sita Krishna Prema Satya Kapunaya, Shabanari Shuddha Chitta Karaya Udaya. This is quite true, that love for the Supreme Lord is eternal, but there's another world, Shuddha Chitta, with pure heart, meaning there should be no scum of worldly desire in one's heart. Only then one will be capable of performing glorification, kata, listening, shravana, and chanting kirtan of the Supreme Lord. It is also said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Agamos Sarvakama Moksha Kamon Uttarata. A person possessing liberal intellect, event thought, he is selfless or attached with all kinds of worldly desires or wishes. Beatitude, moksha, must worship me through intense bhakti yoga. A seeker who has become non-vigilant of all karmas, doings, feels sadness in them, has veneration towards Naradev of my dalliance, Lila Kata, and also knows that all worldly enjoyment and desires of sense gratification are mere forms of sufferings. And in spite of knowing all this, if he is unable to sacrifice those, but denounces them in his heart, and perceives it as his misfortune, and simultaneously, in order to be rescued from the state of such dilemma, worships me with faith, strong determination and love, that is, having a sense of importance. Affinity and love towards the service of God, and not deeming it as mere obligation, then the worldly desire of such a person would finally get dissolved one day. So we just go on. Just as now the Bhakti perhaps she experienced now. I'm really surprised. This was very, she had so strong desire to come that she got even 2-3 times get rejected. She failed to come. But the desire was so great. Suddenly Radharani said, okay, I checked, you really want? Should see like this. And this is a very high, it is very, very, so if you're careful, then you should not be afraid of anything, of any future. If we have such determination and we are going on like this, then definitely Lord will help us step by step. He will help us that we are not losing Him, and that we are easily renounce this mundane conception because we lose the taste for these things. It's not artificially. You cannot do this artificially. The sincerity must be there like this, or the determination. I want this. I desire this. Is there any question or any comments on this? No?
How to get this higher taste? How to get this higher taste?
By practicing. By giving up the lower taste. How to get the higher taste? When you pass by McDonald's, you feel like to eat how they call it?
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Yeah.
It is meat, huh?
Yeah.
You feel attracted to this?
No. Thanks.
Why not?
Because it's ugly.
No, but because maybe you got some taste for something what is more nice. Nice sabji, nice. Today, every day they get the sweets now. Who will change? If you get a better taste, you don't run for this dead body corpse, Stinky, ugly. Terrible when you think what they eat. So we have to get something what is more sweet, more nice. And this, if you look for this in this world, you will not find. This is what we have to understand. This is given by the Lord. There must have been from our past life the desire, or we have got some purification, and we can continue this lifetime. And the help is coming from above, so that we can develop and we can advance, we can go forward. And in this way, we lose the taste for anything in this material world. Because, as he says, everything in this material world, it seems giving pleasure, but in reality, it is producing pain. It is this experience we have to make, because we are here in this material world to get this experience. So, you get the higher taste is good. It's an argument, or is the solution if you want to give up. How to surrender? Or what was the question?
How to get the higher taste?
Higher taste, yeah. That we get a drop of from higher taste, some little nectar. You may remember when you started, why you become attracted. What was it? You got some little tiny drop, and you said, what is this? What is this? It makes me inquisitive. Let me know what it is. And then some drop come more. And then suddenly you become a searcher for you want more of this. And in the same time, you lose taste for some lower things.
And we get addicted to Krishna by that way?
Yes, I want to be addicted. No chance for getting healthy again.
Hopeless case. More addicted.
No treatment.
No medicine can help.
No medicine is necessary anymore. Medicine you need here, in this world. This is the medicine. I'm happy that I hear, this who are preaching like this. I feel very much attracted to this. I cannot hearing all these stories and because nobody can understand. And those who speaking this, they have not understood themselves.
When I heard Maharaj Katha of him, he spoke Bengali. He was read Chaitanya Charitamrita in Bengali. 1 hour and a half I was sitting, I couldn't go. It was like magnet on the floor, I couldn't go. And he was so sweet, he was so simple, so sweet. It's like magnet.
And this is the difference. And there's a difference. Those who are, yes, every individual gets this experience with this.
Maharaj, I have one question. When you speak about stories, are you referring to the story of the dam that we hear around? Or, for example, we start reading a Krishna book, Bhakti Swami, all these stories also we know. But now we are here, so we sometimes hear some stories, in different places of the dam. So you are referring to those stories?
Also, what the Harikatha we should hear. But Harikatha, my remembrance is also Guru Maharaj. When we went out, I was fortunate for quite some years. But I did not like to go on parikrama.
Sorry?
I did not much like to go on parikrama. Because for me this was only the ladies look for men and men look for ladies, and they somewhere in the back and talking. And some are hearing what they're telling the stories, but they are not understanding the reality. When they get up and they go back to the West, then nothing changes. Nothing has
moved.
Nothing goes in deep in the heart. So that's because I did not like this so much. So, but Guru Maharaj was so merciful. Sometimes he got with the jeep, with the car. We went out to some places, and even there he did not speak much, just a few words. And he just let the atmosphere. Yeah. Well, Sheshashaya back then. Somebody knows has been there? I don't think.
Yes.
Yeah?
Full of lake, full of snake.
Yes, there's Krishna manifests as, this lake manifested as Balaram or Ananta stage. And this lake is full of snakes. When you put your finger in, there's coming hundreds of snakes, or even not, till you see them. But I think they're not poison.
You try to put
No.
Where is this?
Vrindavan, that area of Vrindavan.
This is in the outside area. So we went there, then we went just very near, is a place where Radharani stayed. Very peaceful place, very simple temple, and old puchari and a small lake. Very beautiful place. And Guru Maharaj was sitting in the car, and we went out, and I was going towards this, and I'm looking back to Gurudev, and Gurudev saying, "Go, go, go." It's a very special place. You know, it's very transcendental, very personal, very lovingly relation in all these things. And this is not when you're just here. Stories, everybody can read stories, the Bhagavad Gita, or the Srimad Bhagavatam readers, they know it by heart. But you will not find that these high-class devotees, they are not like to speak about these high topics. They want to make sure, first you have to understand the basis.
Right side.
Huh?
Right side. Yes, you press it.
Oh.
And once more.
Again here. And I see all those highly senior devotees and realized devotees. We say the same thing. Gurudev say the same thing. Sridhar Maharaj speaks the same. Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta is absolutely very strong speaking this basis. But if you want talked about Radharani on one place, and I don't remember where it was. This Radharani, only the name of Radharani. Then Prabhupada, he fell in ecstasy. And they have to bring him in his room, and for 3-4 days, nobody could enter this room. Yes, there's such an effect has it on a pure devotee. So, what effect has it when we say Radharani, Radharani? This is for us, it is, this is another something. But Radharani, for pure devotee, Radharani is everything. So, in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, Satrisham jestate swasya bhag iter yamamava nopi prakitim yanti buddhani nikahekim karishyati. That is only to say all creatures perform their karmas according to their instinct. A wise person also tries his best according to his inner state of mind. Then one's importunity is of what value? A wise person tries his best according to his inner state of mind. Then one's importunity is of what value? Yanti Bhutani, bound to be propelled by nature, and liberation, mukti, also cannot be attained unless the effort is one's mind to renounce worldly desire, is in science with Shravana, listening, kirtan, chanting, and smarana, recalling of the Supreme Lord. Therefore have an intense desire in your heart to renounce worldly matters. Solvenize the elements of intellect and there's some English I do not everything understand. Then the result in the form of devotion, bhakti, will be obtained, certainly. So we must have an intense desire in our heart to renounce worldly matters. And we have to know what is worldly matters and what is spiritual matters. This is another thing, this is another capital. We think when we speak about Krishna, this is material, this is transcendental subject matter, but it is not. It is a difference when beautiful chants the Mahamantra or Kirtan, or one who is a materialistic devotee. It is like day and night for a transcendentalist. But for us, we cannot see the difference, or hardly see the difference. Can you follow this?
Yes. I would like to follow more.
Now we say everybody we want to follow more, yes. But in practical life, it is very difficult. In our life, it is difficult. Si Guru Goranga Jayati Bhakti Jivan Bali.
This is the last one, very short lecture.
Yeah. He says this also is important. Do you have some question or something to add here?
Maharaj, I have one question. What do you think about the one verse from 10th canto? And there is writing, by hearing of these stories, we will have, it's destroying our lust.
Yes. If you go, if a lusty person tells you this, you think you will lose.
I don't know, Maharaj. I just tell you what is inside.
I tell you. If you're not free from these things, then there will not be no effect. Actually, it's even contaminated. Even if a person who is running after name, fame, profit, making kirtan, you will feel this will be contaminating for us.
Like Gorky Shore, as Babaji Maharaj, and he taught the place should be clean after Bhagavat.
Yes, it's in Mayapur or Navadvip. It was a Bhagavad Chapter, and the speaker invited Gokishwar Babaji. He was a famous saint. He didn't want to go first, but then he came there to sit and hear him. He did it only because when he announcing that Gokishwar Babaji also coming to hear, then many will come. Many will give some money for him, not also for the reader of Bhagavatam. So this was his motive to invite pure soul. But after the program was finished, the next day, Gokishwar Babaji, he had a servant who helped him. He asked him, you clean this place where the Bhagavad chapter with cow dung. And then this servant said, but Babaji, this was, Bhagavatam was spoken there. It is purified. Then Gokishwar Babaji said, I did not hear Bhagavatam. I only heard money, money, money. You understand what?
Yeah, perfectly.
And this is for beginners, it's very difficult to what is what. And anyway, I could speak for hours on this topic. But this is, there are so many cases, so many, but everybody gets what he deserves. This is another thing, We're looking for these things, but not too much. We want to enjoy like in Vaikunta, we want to live forever, we want, but we don't also want to be the controller. We want to be Krishna, more or less. And so, this does not go together. This is Chaitya Dharma, Kaitava Dharma. Kaitava Dharma is described in the beginning of Bhagavatam, cheating religion. You worship God, He becomes your servant. God becomes your servant. This is not what the God, position of God. We are not His masters, and He can order, God, please give me this. I give you 2 rupees. Please bless me. So no one comes and goes as per their own wish. So when we are coming to this material world and also going, it is not as per their own wish, not because we have decided. Well, we have decided, yes, but when it will happen or what the result of our mental desire is, we cannot decide. It will just manifest, neither according to someone else, because Yogeshvara, worshiphood, this entire world is subordinate to the Lord. It is by His will that individuals appear and disappear. All of universe, demigods, spirits, everyone worships the Supreme Personality in the form of abiding His commands, because nobody can do anything outside of God's will. Therefore they do happens all according to the Lord's wish. Apart from the Supreme Lord's support, nobody has power of their own. The God is the cause of all connections. Thus, when and to whom it is to be associated and disassociated with, that is union and separation. It is all decided by Him, by the God. God is the sole source of all energy. He does whatever is required, which is needed to be done. Prior to our decision making, we keep thinking this could have been better, that could have been better. This is righteous, that is non-righteous. We keep on saying, but nothing will outset the Lord's will. Everything happens as per God's wish.
Maharaj, this is his pictures of this sadhu.
Maybe from seeing, I know him.
Surely, because his mat and our mat was very good connection. Was there?
That's personalities we should worship. We are dependent on this great soul.
What is the name of this great soul, Maharaj?
Sri Bhakti Jivan Acharya Maharaj.
Sri Bhakti Jivan Acharya Maharaj.
He is disciple of Sri Bhakti Kama Madhusudan Maharaj, and Madhusudan Maharaj is disciple of Prabhupada. Yes, Maharaj.
So, is anything more to say?
I saw a Samadhi ceremony of him. Many of our good brothers was there on this ceremony.
Now he is going back. He went back.
He was very surprised why he left. Nobody expected, because he was 80 plus, full power, full strength. Nobody had any doubt that he will go. But looks like the decision of Lord.
Thus, such devotees also can leave on their own decision. It's also
like Bhishma Deva. Similar, no?
Many, yes. Bhishma. We cannot imagine this on our level where we are now. But things are possible because we do not realize, we have not realized anything on this level. So we are doubting or we are believing or maybe not, better not. This life, this is sure. Yeah, this is, I can. This is the reality. What about the mind? It's not reality. According to the scientists, the mind is not real. It is, I don't know. What is more real, the mind or the concrete body?
Both are bodies, one subtle, one gross.
Yeah, because they cannot see it, they cannot really prove, they have no... We can put some pipes in your head, and then, he's thinking. And when this is stopping, then he's not thinking anymore. The body is not...
I did not understand this last... why you are laughing? You said about the mind that you can...
Yeah, Maharaj told if scientists want to prove this activity of mind, when they are connecting with wires and these machines, if they are not, some signal means that mind not working anymore. They don't know nature of mind. For them must be proved everything, but mind even without this existing.
When I was working in the school with children, so I had one lesson and then to explain how the body is working. So we had about the brain. So it was a picture in the book and how the brain looks like and the different colors. And it says, okay, this part with the red color, this actually for emotions, this one for thinking, whatever. And it was a big white with nothing, white spot. And the children look at this and look at ask me, but what is this white for? What is this white? And I say like, what should I say?
For mobile phone.
So this book is like For what? For nothing.
But all 6 chapters of Gita is topic about mind.
Yes, spiritual life, we are so fortunate that we can be in Vrindavan, and especially Radha Kund here. But actually only a few will understand what place we really are. This is normally we should crawl on the floor, and not getting up. It is such a high place, Radharani's place. So we always must be conscious that she is the chief in Vrindavan. It is Radharani's place. And this Radha Kund is especially. Can we close here? Everything said.
52.
50, oh, this is a lot. What is the name of the Bhakti?
Jivan, Bhakti Jivan Acharya Maharaj.
Bhakti Jivan Acharya Maharaj ki
Jai.
Shri Radha Kund ki Jai. Shri Radha Rani ki Jai. Shri Radha Govinda tu ki Jai. Shri Gurudev Nityalila Bhavistam Vishnupada Brahmahamsa Acharya Ashtota Sata Srimad Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Guru Preman.
Jai.